Please tell me this is. Oh, hi Oknog. I'm finally on the right stream. Oh, Jesus, this was very stressful. I was so confused why no one is showing up. So I think there's actually like 3 minutes footage of me just being confused on the official Ylands stream account. I'll have to delete that later. I'm gonna delete all of these because there was just some tests if it's possible and stuff. But we're gonna start all over again. I'm just gonna leave the pieces and the board. Ah, this hurts so much deleting it. Wait, I could leave at least something. Nah, I have to delete it. Okay, I'm gonna delete this as well for the piece. Cool. Nah, I have to delete it because like showing you what was that, I don't think this is too practical. Like, you know, I would get lost in there myself. No, those were just tests, so it will probably be better if I try to make it from the start. So anyways, what I've done is I've prepared the outline for the chessboard, and the spots on the board I'm gonna be generating from the script because I need to assign them into an array, so I can then address them, you know, when we are checking if there is some piece on the spot on the board. So yeah, so we'll have an empty board like that, and then we will spawn some these inside there. And I've prepared these beautiful, okay, these very, very simple chess pieces. We have pawns, rooks, knights, bishops, queens, and kings. Multiplayer. I think creating this versus a computer would be really hard because we would need to teach the computer, like teach our script, you know, the tactics of playing, and that would be just insanely more hard than just creating a multiplayer one. Okay, so yeah, I should stop just moving around. This is literally like 90% of my time in the editor. I'm just moving around with the mouse and looking. But yeah, so we're gonna place a global storage, and this is gonna be some main chess. Okay, and we're gonna spawn the board and then like check the board and stuff from this global storage. So I'm gonna create a new variable, and this is gonna be board pieces. And these are gonna be the interactable pieces that we have on the like straight on the ground. But we need another. Oh yeah, this should be an array, right? How did I call it first? Board pieces? I already forgot. Okay, board pieces. It sounds weird, but okay. And this will be another array, and this will be from beginning. It will be just generated an empty array with none for each. Oh, my screen is turning off. With again, great. This is really, really great. each spot is gonna have like only none assigned inside, and when we spawn a new piece, this none is gonna get replaced by straight reference to this entity. And when we move it, we just change this reference to a new position, and this way we can easily check if some piece is on the spot on the board, which is gonna be represented only with the like numbers in the array. Oh, right, music. I knew I forgot something. I got so confused. Okay, I'm gonna just give me like a minute. Uh, okay. Hopefully this will work. I have no idea what I'm playing, but it should be some playlist. It's better than nothing. Okay, let's just leave it. Hopefully it will be bearable. And yeah, now, so new variable, this will be just board. And we know that this will be just a representation of, for those pieces. So yeah, we can start by creating an instruction to generate these boards, those arrays. So this will be generate interactable board. And of course that from beginning we don't want all the pieces interactable. We want them spawned without interactions, and then we're going to be enabling those interactions when you select a piece. We will say, okay, find like available spots for the chess piece, and then enable these to be clicked on. So we are going to need some loop. It's going to be from 0 to 8, right? Because there is, oh, this is 5 to 8, because it's gonna, this like chessboard is 8 times 8 pieces, right? 8 by 8. So yeah, we're gonna need this, and then inside there is gonna be another one. This is gonna be for, I'm gonna say Y here, and X is gonna be inside. Yes. And like this, we can just say spawn, and I'm gonna use this one because I'm not sure yet if I want to be doing something more with those pieces once I spawn them. Because I think I will need to attach some storage to them. And as you can see, we have two colors because we of course need some, you know, like white, black, white, black, white, black. So we need to create an if statement and then spawn them like once this, once that. You get it, right? I'm sorry. I might not be making much sense now, but just know that every step we want to spawn a different piece. And the way we do this is that we can check if the number of like X and Y is dividable, or like modulo of this current number is 0, then we spawn a black piece. If not, we spawn a white piece. So we take X plus Y because we need to alter this as Y increases as well. And mod 2, oh, this is 2. So if this number equals 0, it means after we divide it by 2, if there is a remainder of 0, then the blackboard piece is going to be spawned, else the whiteboard is going to be spawned. And as I said, we need a storage for this, and this is going to have a simple reason. This is because we need to store the original color of this piece. When we change the color to red to indicate like available positions to move them, we need to remember the original color for each piece when we restart them, right? So I'm gonna just select oh, I didn't I didn't create the storage yet. So let's move on to the storage, and this is gonna be board spot storage. Board spot. Okay, and the only thing we're gonna need is a color. Hopefully the only thing. Okay, so we have that, and now we can add this storage to the board. Okay, I've used two variables here, and it's not very practical because now I have to copy this this code like to both spaces. What I should have done before is paste create this local variable here before the if statement. Now I can remove the second one and just set this variable here for black or here for the whiteboard piece. And this way we only need to add add storages and everything else under the if statement, because we know that only one of these is gonna be created here. Okay, now we need to transform the position, because we need to figure out the position of the spawned piece. So transform position of entity, and this is the chessboard itself. When I created it, I welded it together, and you can see that here is a first spot, and this is exactly where the first chess piece should stand, and there is a space between them 1.5, and that represents like one step in the on the board. So yeah, a transform position of this board, and then we can count with these x and y counts that we have here for the offset, right? So we take this and we will say that transform on x is gonna be x times 1.5, and the same thing is gonna be on z, of course, because y in this game is up, but it's just more or less confusing for me when I save everything in x and y when we... Yeah, but it doesn't matter how you name it. I named it y because it's easier for me to remember x and y coordinates on a plane for the chess, but here I'm passing it in z correctly. So you just need to remember that when you're moving them to pass them in z. So yeah, x plus, and one thing I'm gonna have to do is move this this whole offset by minus, and this is gonna be 0.75. This is by half, and that is only because we are placing the board and not the chess pieces themselves. You can notice that the point, the anchor point isn't like in the corner, so this is for the chess pieces themselves. So I'm moving them slightly backwards so it fits inside. Oh, we are alone here. Well, this is a very private stream then. Yeah, I do have 4 people as well, but it might be my friend just checking up on me if I'm not slacking off and stuff. Wait, what did I completely lost what I was oh yeah, right. So now we do have the transform here, and I can move it here as well. And I think we need to move it down on. Wait. See, now I've made a mistake. This needs to be on that. And this is gonna be only like 0.375, I think. And now I'm just guessing because when I was testing it out before, I should have moved it downwards a bit. Maybe I should have, but I like it like that. So let's just try this out if this works. And if it doesn't, then well, we can cry later. We didn't call it. It might be a problem. Ah, what a great day. Oh, this happens to me so often. Like, I create some instruction and I spend so much time on it, and then I just don't plug it in. Okay, I didn't spend so much time on this one, but yeah, you get my point. Okay, so I moved it correctly downwards, but I should have added 0.75 and not subtracted. You live and learn. Yeah, I'm never learning, that's true. Okay, so what I need to change is I'm gonna set this to plus, and I'm just gonna reverse the sign with these 0.375 so it still goes downwards. And this is our board spawned. Great. And we added the board spot. Oh, I really have to stop interacting with this. This is very strange. Give me a second, guys, please. Hopefully it will be good. Honestly, I thought I said it correctly as well, but like clearly I didn't. It's 0, 0. No, it doesn't cause any problems. Like, if you leave it blank like it, it's completely okay. I have no idea what it actually puts in there. It's gonna probably be something like none, but yeah, but my roommate has 2 cats, and one of them is like lying on the ground beneath me, but she's really grumpy today. No, you saw the white one. This is a much fatter one. It's like a sea creature. Come on. What is it? What is go? Hopefully you won't kill me if I pick him up. I think he is in charge of this room, and I'm just like visiting. But him. Come on. Wow, he's so heavy. Look at that fat boy. He's so fat. Oh no. I hope Marcy is not watching the streams. He's cute but super grumpy. Okay, so we spawned the board. Next, we need to do this once again, and we need to spawn the empty, like the empty array that we're gonna be pasting the pieces in. I think I'm just gonna copy this one, so we can use the X and Y's. We're gonna use this board. Wait. Why did I create the board pieces? I don't think we need it at all. Just gonna remove this one. Eh. Yeah, this is gonna be an array inside an array. Like X is gonna be. I'm gonna explain while I'm doing it. Like each row is gonna be like, you know, inside of like one index, and then it's gonna be like in. Yeah, you get it. I'm sure you get it. I'm just really weirded today. Okay, so first we push in the X row into a local array. So we're gonna push none because we want all of them to equal none at the beginning. Index is gonna be X, and then no, I want to push array. It's okay. I don't want to set it. Index is nonsensical here, and then I'm gonna push the whole row inside the board array. At the end of this, I'm just gonna push this board, and object is gonna be variable 2. This is really easy once you get the hang of it, though. So yeah, you create a row, you push in the 8 pieces in one row, and then you push the whole row inside the main array. So array index 0 contains 8 separate pieces, that each of them equals none. And if you want to access it, then you can get array, and we have this smart little piece, which is somewhere. I'm sure I just, oh, right here. So use this, get array and get array. Yeah, it will push 8 times. It will go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because 8 is not included here, and it counts by 1. So yeah. Okay. If you want to get the array, you will just plug in the board. This index is like the number of row that you are looking for, and this index is the number of the piece in that row. So if I wanted like a second piece in the first row here, it would be 0, and second will be 1 because we count from 0. So yeah, that is how this works, and this will be generate the main board. Boar. Oh, I'm generating boars again. Okay, so we have the main board, and this will go just from 0 to 7, because then we can just calculate the position of the pieces from the start of the board when we are moving them. Okay, so we have the board, we have created this, and now we can start spawning in some pieces. Hey Arda. Okay, I think I have something in the player as well. Oh, okay. So, this is some reminder from when I was deleting everything. I have active path options, and this is just so I can delete like restart the color of the pieces that are already active when player selected something. And selected piece, this is just to keep track of which piece is currently like moving, so we can use it later for like destroying something. And já se omlouvám, Jardo. There is no other way. Uh, okay. Anyways, I think first we can try spawning the pawns just for one player. No, no, we can't do that too. Okay, so what I've done here, I thought that it would be cool if we could like spawn the pieces not at the start of the game, but when each player steps onto this platform. So like when you step on this, you get the white pieces, the game remembers you as the player number 1. And when you step here, like some other player, of course, not only you, the game will remember you as a player number 2. And if I suppose you could play with yourself, which sounds weird, but you know what I mean. Because I've seen some players like doing it, right? That they just have a board and practice by themselves some tactics, probably. I mean, I couldn't play, but. Okay, so what we're definitely gonna need is we're gonna need some way of remembering player number 1 and player number 2. So we're just gonna create player 1 and player 2 variables. Hey Jacobs. Okay, player number 2. I didn't create it. And now we need some switch that is gonna remember which player is playing. So player turn. Okay, and this will be just true or false. So we can set this to false at the game start, just so we know that it is false. So the first player is going to be playing. He can definitely play against me. But I don't think I should be the second player. I can be like a judge. Do they have judges in chess? Or a cheerleader? Yeah. Okay, so we have the switch. Why not? I think you need a judge sometimes. Okay, so on trigger. Now we start spawning the pieces. Stop stalling and start spawning pieces. We're gonna start with the pawns because they have the easiest set of moves. Oh yeah, Jacobs, everything is working. We're just putting on some finishing touches, you know. Why did you have to get it away? Like, ah. What do I want? Spawn, right. So we're gonna need spawn entity, right? And it's gonna be pawns. And to avoid arrays, yeah, it's all arrays. I have the pieces added to a logic label. So instead of like addressing the specific logic here, we can address it to get logic objects. And this is, I like, for me personally, it's better than getting each of them at once, because then you can like do with just the slight changes, you can switch it up for the other side of the board. So I know that zeros are pawns, right? I should probably create an instruction for that, but for now we're just gonna plug it in here and then we can move it elsewhere once we finish. So this is gonna be spawning a new pawn. And we need to repeat that because we know that there is 8 pawns. And this is a for each, this is not gonna work. So again, we're gonna use count with 0 to 8. And since we're spawning a white pawn, we need the positions correct, for that, right? So transform position. And now we need to transform the position of the board again. And for the offset, we can now count with the 1.5 offset between the individual pieces and just plug in the number of rows and columns that we want, right? Oh, I won. Mello, I destroyed you in your own game. Like, okay, you deleted me way more, but you have to admit I destroyed you that one time. I think, at least I think it was you. It was you, right? The one who died alone there. Okay, so for X, we know that this is gonna be, they all gonna be on the same one. So we can just plug in 1.5, because this is just 1 times 1.5. And for Z, this is gonna be 1.5 times the, and this is 15. Oh, that is plenty. That is way more than I was expecting at the beginning of the stream, to be honest. So I'm just multiplying this by 1.5, and that ensures that it will spawn on every piece of the whole row, right? So yeah, if I try it now, we should see 8 pawns spawn there, hopefully. It is kinda working. I think I'm getting betrayed by the system I have created. Of course, because X is sideways, I just messed this up, right? Z is for Y. I'm dumbass. Okay, good. So now it's gonna work, and we both have. You see, this is the confusion with the Y that I've established here. Yeah, I just like, because you have to understand, my English comes from countless number of TV shows, and like when you're watching some American shows and then you like jump to Doctor Who or IT Crowds or anything, you just get mixed both of these together, and yeah, the abomination that you're hearing is the result of that. It's nothing great, but I do what I have to do. Okay, so transform position, we have the white pawns, and I think that we could finish spawning of all these pieces and then move on to adding some logic to them, just so we can see that we can spawn them. So no, this won't be a long stream. Oh, I had no idea. This is already 8:40. This will be actually a very short stream, but we will have to split it up into multiple parts. Okay, so now we want to spawn the, and I always forget how they're called, rooks. We want to spawn 2 rooks, 2 knights, 2 bishops, right? So we are gonna jump in the trigger zone. Oh, you're evil, guys. This is gonna be a new, no, rook. and I just change the index, and in here I can plug in. I can be plugging it through number just so I don't get lost in the 1.5s and its multiplications. For x, it's for z it's gonna be 0, right? Now we know that z goes that way, and for x it's gonna be 0 as well, and for the second one it's gonna be 7. So if I do it like that, now we have both sides, right? Of course, Mellow. You know, I am already terrified of playing with you. We can comment this. Just so we know that now we're spawning rooks. Now we're gonna be spawning knights. I can copy this and change the index to 2. And this is gonna be 1 and 6. Oh no, I got so lost in the chat, I'm sorry guys. Next are... Who is next? Bishops, right. So for bishops, I kept the name New Rook throughout all these, but that shouldn't be a problem. I'm still not sure if I'm gonna be doing anything in here. We might be setting it in the template of these. So this is gonna be 2 and 5. And once we have bishops, lastly it's gonna be king and queen, right? So for queen, it's gonna be 4, and 5 is gonna be for king. And this is just gonna be 4 and... Wait, no, 3 and 4? Yes. Joke chess seems the best. I have no idea how it's played. I've just seen the two words joke chess. If it has like no rules and you're just seeing how ridiculous you can make the game. And look at it. We still need to plug in a rotation for these pieces, but we have a whole correctly spawned row. This is great. Okay, so I would say this is a first very successful step. I'm just gonna plug in a rotation for these. And I think we only need to rotate the knights because the rest of them is the same. So where do I have knights? I'm gonna rotate them, right? It is a very dirty solution, but hey, don't judge. Queen hold color? Wait, what? Oh, right, it has to be on the same side, right? Am I correct? Like the queens have to be on the same side of the board? Haha, see, I've learned. It's like the only thing I've learned, to be honest. But I did learn something. Okay, I'm gonna delete this one. I'm just gonna copy this finished one, and we're just gonna mess with the numbers a little bit. Okay. So we have to select blacks for this. Black, 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 black. Okay. So for pawns, this time, this Z is, and I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use this everywhere in fact, because it is way easier. So this is gonna be what, 7? 7 is the last one, right? Wait, what did I forget? Oh, did I have it reversed in the previous one? Like, if I did, we can easily fix that. So, oh, this is gonna be 6 because 7 is the last one. Oh, you're so evil. Okay, now 7 is gonna be here because now we're doing the last row. So 7, 7, 7, 7. Should all be the same, I think. And the only thing that we have to do, we have to reset this. And if we were doing a 3 and 4 here, so I think we should turn these around so they hold the same side from... No, wait. They should remain like this because we are still counting from the same side. Yeah. Hey, Ortox, you're super late. We're like almost finished with the chess. No, we didn't do anything. Okay, so we have the white pieces. They are looking the right direction. White queen is on the white spot. And look at it! Oh my god, this is perfect. Great. So... yeah, I'm just so happy. This is the first one I spawned all of them, so... it looks great. Like, if we end here, I think that would be ideal. I really don't want to implement it. Okay, so now we jump to the more unpleasant part, and that is gonna be moving the pieces. So, where do we begin? I think for each piece, we should have a special storage that is gonna store its like viable paths it should take, right? Wait, do they need to switch position? I thought they are supposed to be... like, we can fix this anytime. This is a very tiny detail, so I'm just gonna leave them like that. And we're gonna see. Okay, so it's okay. We're just gonna change it later. I'm just gonna move on to the storages for now. No, come on. Okay. I don't think we can do that now. It's too late for that. Oh, or is it? I think this is actually a good time to still save it. Because we can say that instead of moving them by 1.5, we could create a global variable that is gonna be defining one step. So if you change just this one variable, it is gonna change how it displays the chess, like visually by the size. So at any time, anyone can create like ridiculously large pieces and just plug this in, change this one variable, and it's gonna work. It's brilliant. So I'm just gonna create a new variable. This is gonna be one step on the board, and show in object properties window. Okay, and it was great, Mela. That is one great idea you had. Nah, you had a lot. Okay, so I need to replace this everywhere now. One step on the board, one step on the board. One step, one step. Oh no, we have these. I don't think we need to change this because this is like a one-time thing, and if someone is gonna create a bigger one, he is still gonna need a like custom-made this one. So that's okay. I'm just gonna leave that. And in here, we want to replace it as well. Oh my god, that is way too much. Ah, why didn't you say something at the beginning, Mello? I blame you now. Main chess, right? One step. Okay, so the sooner we do this, we don't have to do that later. So at least something. The songs playing right now, they are jumping all over the place, I think. Okay, so this should be everything. Now we of course need to set, like define this, and that is gonna be here. One step is gonna be 1.5. Okay, so we got that. Now we need to start creating the storages, as I said before. So this is gonna be for a pawn, right? Pawn. We are gonna need some local variable, and this is gonna, oh no, not local, sorry. We're gonna just need a variable. And this is gonna be available paths. And we need to push every possible move that the piece that we are editing could have. And since this is a pawn, I think there is the rule where on the first move he can move by two steps, right? And then he has to move by one. So yeah, so create a new variable, and this is gonna be first move. No, I don't want this. I don't want the pieces to be like different, right? Like, because later when we're gonna be calling these, we want it as simple as possible, right? Like, we don't want thousand of if statements, like if the piece is a pawn. Okay, it's not gonna be thousand of them, it's gonna be 5 of them, so we're gonna be okay, I think. Okay, good. I should really think before I speak. So on create, we're gonna define. No, you didn't. I was just talking to myself a lot. First move true, and once we move for the first time, we're gonna delete its second option, right? So now I'm gonna push the available paths for this guy, and that is gonna be a push available paths, and it's gonna be a vector of 1 on y. Sorry, see, I'm losing it. Or 2. Good. So it can move by 1 or by 2 when it is first. Hello, Hempbane. By 1 or by 2 steps, but once he moves for the first time, and that is for what this is for, we want to delete this option because he already like moved once with the piece. I know why it's 4 up. That is why we're gonna be plugging it into Z when we are displaying it. It's okay. Everything is under control. Almost everything. Okay. I can't wait when I'm telling you these, and I can't wait to mess it up later. You know, I'm telling you like, don't worry about it. It's gonna be okay. Okay, so now display available moves, right? So this function is gonna be called when you click on the. Is it confusing? So should I move these into Z? I'm gonna move it, but I don't like it. I really don't. Okay. Ah, I was so happy. I'm gonna move it to Z. Good. What did I want to do? Okay, right. So for each of these available steps, for each item in available paths, what? Guys, you're really confusing me now. Like, what am I supposed to do? Oh. We wouldn't be using it anyway, because you would be what I'm gonna do with these are just for the calculating of them. So I'm just gonna be taking one number from them, like either like two numbers, okay, either x and y or x and z, but I am not gonna be use the third one. So okay, bye your tags, have a nice week, like evening, and well, whatever it is that over. Bye anyway. I'm really confused today. For each item in available paths, right? I keep confusing myself every day, every second. But right now, I already remember why I wanted the board to be in the array in the beginning. Because we still need access to those pieces to color them, right? So I'm gonna create another array in the main chess storage. This is gonna be interactable board, and we are gonna push all those blocks on the board inside, by in the same way that we are pushing these nonce here. So this is gonna be a local variable here. Now we can push this. This is gonna be a new row, right? New row. Yeah, new row. I'm gonna push this new row. This is a different new row, of course. Push this by the created block that is here, either that on the or that, and then at the end, I'm gonna push the whole row inside the interactable board, right? What? Why can't I? Oh yeah, because the new row should be over here. I defined it inside the second count, so it didn't see. This one couldn't see it because it was inside this loop. Okay, so like this, I will push interactable board with all those pieces, and now I can access it from the script when I need it. And that is gonna be here in the storage. No, this is not the right storage, right? This pawn. So for each item in available path, I'm gonna get the position of the piece that we still don't know either. So we are gonna need another variable, and this is gonna be piece position. Okay, we're gonna be saving the position and updating it every time we either spawn or move this piece. And it shouldn't be an array. Oh no. Okay, so we get the position, and I know I haven't like saved the position yet, so we haven't used it, so it wouldn't work right now. But we can define this, and then we can plug it in correctly when we are spawning it. So as you can see, we have some X and Z, which is supposed to be Y, but okay. Coordinates here, and that is how much the piece can move from its current position, right? So we need to get in the array the correct pieces that should light up, that are like available. Oh, sorry on that. Yeah, this is really advanced stuff, I suppose. But we will get back to more simpler stuffs in one of the next streams. So, okay, so we have the interactable board, and for this index, we know that this is gonna be Z, right? And this index is gonna be X. So we can say get X of the position of the piece, and get, and see, now I'm confused about Z because okay, and get Z, and we just add to this number by get X and Z from these available paths, right? Nevím, jestli budu někdy dělat český nebo český stream celkově, jakože můžu nějaký udělat, pokud bude dost lidí, ale já nevím, jestli by přišlo vůbec dost lidí na to, aby jsme to udělali. Takže pokud se seženou lidi, tak určitě můžeme nějaký udělat. Oh no. You can't take up all my days, guys. But yeah, definitely we can do some of them, and with some basics. Oknok používá translator k tomu, aby napsala něco. Což je super funny a super awesome, ale asi by to nefungovalo na streamu. Okay, this item is the position that you can move, so I'm just gonna place it into the get X and get Z. So by doing this with the index Z and index X, we get the specific piece, and now we can enable interaction for this piece. So we're gonna set interaction on this piece, and then we're gonna set its color to, let's say, red, as I have used before, just so you know which pieces to which places you can move. I'm gonna set this up inside a variable, just so I don't have to get it multiple times. Then place it here into an entity, and here. And as a hint, we can say move here, right? So the player will see red spot on the board, and he can select one of them, and the piece will move there. So yeah, you're gonna have an interaction. You're gonna set the color, and also I think we could add a label that is gonna be the selected pieces. The active available paths, right? And we're gonna push each and every one of those inside. So attach label, and label entity is gonna be the variable, and label is gonna be this. Okay. So yeah, this should display them, And now we just have to create some listeners for actually clicking on these labeled spaces. Wait, what? We'll move the whole square on board. Oh, it will. Because when we create the move instruction, we're gonna be counting this position in the array and multiplying it by the step that we have created here, by the 1.5. So it will be the whole whole step on the board. I have to admit, I'm pretty lost at this point. But yeah, so when we one thing, when we spawn the pieces, we of course need to add them an interaction as well, right? So I'm gonna say inside the pawn itself, inside its template, that when we create a new pawn on entity spawn, and this is gonna be the pawn, we wanna add storage. This is gonna be the pawn, and storage is gonna be pawn, of course, and set interaction. And the pawn is gonna be interaction select, right? In the entity template, because I think because we need to add different storages for different pieces. If we did it here, it would be hard to keep track of what we are creating. I think this will be better. Okay, so we have the storage, we have the interaction, and now we can create an event listener that is gonna be listening to these interactions, right? So this event listener is gonna be listen for piece interaction, and this one is gonna be listen for for the board interaction. This is gonna be when you click on the pieces themselves. And this can be instigated by any player, let's say, and it is gonna be labeled entities, active available paths. This is when we are interacting with the board. And for this, I think we need one more label for the pieces, for like all the pieces that we spawn. This is gonna be pieces on board. And this is gonna be listening for an interaction with that. Oh, labeled entities. What did I can't even click today. Good. So one more change that we have to do is inside the pawn we need to attach the label as well. Pieces on board. And that should be it. So now we can listen for it. And all we have to do now is in the event listener. We of course change this to custom interaction. Okay. And now on the custom interaction, we can ask in an if statement, because there is gonna be multiple types of the pieces, right? So we can say if it has storage, the piece itself, if has storage, target entity, and storage is gonna be the pawn, then we can call this display available moves pawn. And there's gonna be else if he is like a knight or something, right? So that shouldn't be so hard. And one more thing we have to do, we have to assign the position of the piece because we still haven't done that. So when we're spawning the pawn, right? Oh no, we're not gonna be doing it here. It's gonna be done in the spawn itself here. Because right here we have the information about where we are spawning them. And I haven't done it very like smart because that's gonna be okay. So oh, it's not gonna be this is not easy. Because right now we have to set the storage variable, so I can't really set it over here because I won't know if the storage is there at the time that I am actually setting it. I suppose we could calculate it though. We could definitely calculate this. No, delay would be one way, but I think this is gonna be, well, we can use this. Set pawn. Let's do it this way. It is a stupid way, but it is gonna work. I am like 30% sure. So set pawn position. And this position, we're gonna calculate from the position that we set and dividing it by 1.5, by the step. I hope this is gonna work. So we need to transform position of the board. We need transform position of the pawn, because this is gonna give us a local position of them, like, you know, of both of them. Then we wanna get X vector of this. Oh, I really hope this is gonna work. Get X and get Z. If this works, I'm gonna be so happy. So, right, and this is gonna be pawn and pawn minus the position of the board itself, right? And now I can divide this number by 1.5. I have no idea which one I plugged in already. Okay. Divided and divided by the current step that we have created here. One step on the board. This is gonna be 1.5 for us. And with calculating, by calculating this, I should get the number of the, the position in the grid on the board, right? So now I just need to plug it into a new vector that is going to be the position. So I'm calculating with Z here, so plug it into Z, and this plug into X. Well, hopefully this is gonna work. It seems really scary, but hopefully it will work. Let's test this out. I don't know if I forgot about anything. I should have like displayed it. Okay, so pawn select, and it's working. Cool. So as you can see, the position is saved correctly because it is displaying the available moves correctly. And of course, that we right now we are not restarting the selected blocks when we select a new piece. But yeah, we're gonna definitely add that later. Now it was just about checking whether the positions are saved correctly. Okay, this is good. When you touch figure. I don't get what you're saying, Mellow. Like that that you would. Oh right, like once you touch it, you would move. Yeah, but you can still. Ah, now I get it. Sorry, but this is not technically touching, right? This is just like we could definitely like disable all other interactions, but I think I think this is way more beginner friendly, and most of the people wouldn't be really happy about it. So I would leave it like that. I would leave them the option to change it. Or do you guys think we could set it up like that? Okay, never mind. I'm gonna set up the move for this piece right now. So when you selected a piece, then you can move it, right? So on custom interaction, now we would need to get the position of this piece on the board, and I think the simplest way is to just copy this position when we are spawning them inside the board spot, because they already have the storage, and it will be way easier to just get it from here. Oh, well, once you get a new PC, you definitely should. So I'm gonna create a position in here as well. And when we are generating the board here, we can say set. Sorry, where is it? Oh, here. We're gonna set the color because I haven't done that before, and we are gonna set the position. I can't find it. Set board spot position, right? That is true that you could stop by when we do the check streams though. Yeah, but on one of the check streams, Mellow, you could definitely stop by. And we could create something, or we could fix the you know, thingy that you made for automatic farming. Sorry, get color 1 of this variable that we have spawned here. That is the new piece, the new spot. And set board spot position is gonna be a new vector. And I'm gonna pass X, and Y is gonna be the Z here, because you guys made me do Z instead of Y. I'm so sad. Okay. Yeah, the auto farm. That's it. We could definitely fix it on a check stream. I think that would work. Okay, so we got the position saved inside those pieces themselves. So we just say move to, and I want to use speed because I want all the pieces to move at the constant speed, right? So let's say speed like 4 with smoothing 0.5, and object is gonna be the active piece, and we haven't, because right now we don't know from this custom interaction what the active piece is, right? Like once I select it, dump, oh come on. Like, it is confusing, yes, and it's gonna need a lot of work, but I'm sure that we can make it. So in the spawn point itself, no, in the player here, we have a player storage. We can save the selected piece here. Okay. So we will go to this custom interaction, and we will set the selected piece to this one. So set selected piece of the trigger entity, which is the player, as a target entity. And here where we are listening for it, move the object, which is going to be the active piece. Selected piece of the trigger entity. Do, and now get position of the board spot target entity, and it's not going to be that easy, of course, because we still need to use this to calculate the actual position. So this is going to be transform position of the board again. We could create some instruction to do this easily, that you would just pass a vector and it would you know, pass it in as an offset of this. I think that would be way better. So yeah, let's do it now. This is gonna be better than passing it like that. So I'm gonna create a new global storage. Nah, I won't have that many of the helper functions. Just create a helper function that is gonna return the vector, and this is gonna be move to, right? And what you pass in is gonna be a vector, so I'm gonna call it position. Do we move to or move by? Move to, because we always need to calculate it because we have different pieces. Okay, so what we can do here is we are gonna create a, now we can pass it in here. So we're gonna need new vector, number, and it's gonna be like that. And it's gonna be transform position of the board itself again. And as an offset, we're gonna yeah, I don't like this because I can't go for custom positions here, but I suppose it will save us some time at least. Okay, so this is gonna be get x of this position and get set of that position, but we still need to pass in the finished vector that it should be on the final position, but at least we won't have to do the transform position of the checkboard, I guess. I still don't know if we saved some time by this. So move to position, and we still need to take the number. This is gonna be like the same number of pieces. We saved like one click. This wasn't worth it at all. At least we know it's possible. So we just need get x vector of the, wait, what am I doing? Does someone know what I was doing? Right? I just need to pass and get position. What was I doing? Ah! Because the board has the final position. Ah, I'm so stupid. Ah. Okay. The position of the board is given. I don't have to calculate anything. We just move it to the position. Good. And now, just one last thing. That we need to go to for each. And these are gonna be the pieces that we have saved into the active pieces, right? This active paths. So entities, active available paths. We remove this label because we are not gonna be needing them anymore since we have moved it. So for each item, remove this label. Then we need to revert its color. So we say set color 1 of this item to get the original color. Get color. And we need to update the position of the board piece, right? Because we moved the piece to a new position, and if we clicked on it again, it would be displaying wrong positions. Really? You have to do that? Oh, Spirit, you missed the whole beginning. Hello, by the way. I had no idea you have to do that, Mello. I thought you were just free to do whatever you want, actually. Like, can't you, like, on purpose miss something? Like, it's possible. Like, as I was saying, chess is not my game. Like, I have played, like, 2 times in my life and never with the right rules, so... what do I want to... Yeah, update the position of the piece, which is the pawn. So, wait. Huh. I don't know where do I update the position. Or how do I access it, because I don't know. We are gonna need to create a special function instruction for this. And this is gonna be called update position. And this is gonna be the piece and the new position. And in this instruction, we're going to be asking whether the piece is a pawn or something else, the same as we move, as when we move him. Because since there are different storages, we can't access their position easily. So if this piece has a storage of pawn, we can go to the pawn storage and set position of this piece to the position. What? Some auto mode where like stop the message from Spirit that he wrote junkie inside the message, and it just thought it's way too hostile for the chat. So instructions, and in main chess we have this new update position. So update position of the selected piece to position, and position will be get board position target entity, right? Okay, so this should update the position correctly, hopefully. Let's test it out. Okay, so we spawn them. I'm still impressed by that. And now I select the position. Well, that went well. Why? Where is it moving? Ah. I'm thinking it is moving to some completely different position, like a very wrong position, because this position is from the board itself, right? So when we create it here, set board spot of the variable. The variable is, right, x, y. No. Right, I think I know. I think I know. Get position is only just numbers from 0 to 7. So when we are moving it here, we need to actually do the transform position of the board. Here, transform position of the board, and offset is gonna be get x and get z times the step. Ha ha ha! I figured it out. That really scared me though. I had no idea at the beginning. So, transform position and number, because we are going to be multiplying by the step size. It's going to be times and times. Get Z, get X. That, and this is going to be times the spot. Oh, I think they should like explode into pieces. Like when we were creating the snowman, and when you shoot them, they fly away into the, you know, into the snowball. So you can definitely make these ones explode into some little little blocks. Obviously. Okay, not explode, like crumble down or something. There is no death involved. They are just stone. Supposedly magic stone, but still stone. Okay, so I repaired that. And now, if I click... Am I awesome or what? Now if I click here, you can see it is correctly updated, and I haven't finished the deleting of the second step. And oh yeah, we still need to delete the available steps if you select a different piece. But otherwise, it's working. But some of the pieces retain the interaction for some reason. I'm not disabling interactions. Eh. Oh, swords falling from the sky sound nice. Like they would hit the piece in the head. I like it. Why do we always get so violent, guys? Oh yeah, definitely, Spirit. We need to add them more functionality later. But for now, this is a beginning, so they can at least move. Uh, oh, I am not. I am not disabling the interactions on those. So disable interactions item. This is just to stop them from being interactive with the select. Yeah, it should be all. It would be awesome if they fought, but that would be way too much work. Easy. Oh no. I'm gonna delete this one. Update position, we definitely need that. And I'm gonna jump into the pawn storage because we need to change something here. And that is that we are gonna create an if here. And we are gonna say that if first move. No, we can do it afterwards, right? Oh no, wait a second. We don't want to do it here. We want to do it when we move the pawn. Fondly remembers exploit. Yeah, when we move the pawn, we can do it from update position because it is gonna be called every time we move something. So every time we move it and we know it is a pawn because we have this, then we can add that if this is a first if pawn first move. So if it is first pawn, we first update the position. If it is first pawn, then we wanna, what is it? Pop the array. Pop array is from the last spot, right? I think it is though. Oh yeah. So we just pop this and it should remain, and we set it to false after this. Just so we don't remove the second one as well. Oh, this is definitely gonna require more than one stream. Okay, so we popped it, we set it to false. So from now on, when we move with the pawn, it should only allow us move two steps on the first try, and then every time it should allow us to do only one. So when I move this guy, I'm gonna move him by 2. Then I'm gonna select him again, and you can see that only 1 is available. If I select him again, still 1 is available. Great. And this one still retained its 2 moves because we haven't moved with him yet. And even though I moved only with 1, you can see it only has 1 step now. Good. Okay. So I think we nailed the move part. Ah, thanks, Finn. Silent in class, please. Okay. So, what do we have to do now? I would try one more piece. And we can probably do the rook right now. So I'm gonna just copy this one. This is gonna be called rook. And it doesn't matter if it's the first one, right? Oh no. This can move anywhere as long anywhere in like straight lines as long as it has free spaces, right? I think so. Yeah. So we are gonna need to I think it's gonna be the fastest to do like count width from -7. Is it -7? Like if you are on the right side of the board, you can go by -7 places, right? Yeah, sideways too. Yes, castle. And it is gonna be up to 8 because 8 is not included. And we're gonna push the array. And we're gonna do 2 of them, one for X and one for Z. I think we can smoosh it in like that. It's gonna be for I here. Oh yeah, I switched it. Never mind. For I here and I here. So this is gonna create an array for all of them for X and Y. Yeah. Okay. So we are going to be checking other pieces in one of the next streams. So far I would display all of them, but then we will move to the part where we actually detect if there is any enemy piece there, and we stop moving. So, oh yeah, wait a second. We can't do it like that, because then they are not aligned one after another from the closest position available. That means that we have to do it differently. We have to do it from 1 to 8, and then add 4 different ones. Right? I'm gonna... Yeah, thanks, Malo. So, the first one is easy. It's gonna be just from 1 to 7. The second one is gonna be from 1 to 7 on X. The third one is gonna be from -1 to -8 by -1 on X and on Z. Oh. So this way we can just go one by one and stop if we hit an enemy. And we know that we can't go further. Okay, so this split moves. And for each, and this is important because we have to remember that these pieces are not in the center of the board and always will have some places that exceed the number of available spaces that we have on our board. So we always have to check if if X and Z of these available paths, the target ones, are greater or lower or greater than 0 or lower than 7, because that is the maximum spaces that we can go on, right? So if this index and this index, and this is gonna be a bigger if statement, there is gonna be or, and there is gonna be and inside of both of these. So if get x vector is greater than 0, or greater or equal than 0, what do I have? 0, 0, and if it is less or equal to 7, and the same thing will be, wait, did I put, yeah, I pushed too much. Or if the same thing is for the, no wait, this is gonna be and as well, right? Because I'm checking if these are true and these are true as well. It can't be or, right? And if the C position of this is greater or equal than 0 and less or equal to 7, then we can do this, else we don't do anything. Hopefully it makes sense. And as I've said, right now I am not going to be checking for collisions with other pieces. That is going to be for one of the next streams. And I haven't actually added this to anything. I was so proud of myself for actually like creating it. Okay, so this is going to be display available moves. It is. And now when I'm adding this, the rook here, so on entity spawn, we are gonna add storage. I think I should start adding the storages from the spawn place, because I'm gonna have to calculate it again here, but it's okay. So I'm gonna spawn a new rook. Storage is gonna be rook, and in variables I can see that I have this now. So yeah, we don't need the first move in here. It's just a reminder of that. But set rook position of the rook, and this is gonna be the crazy calculation again. I don't think I can copy from templates, so I'm gonna have to write it again. Damn it. So get x and transform position of the board and of the rook. I don't think it is. Can I copy from the template? I thought that's not possible. Maybe I can. Oh, I can. I'm really glad that you asked. I thought it was not. It wasn't possible to copy pieces from that. Whew. I just need this to, yeah. Thanks, Lucknock. I was, oh my god. Oh yeah, this is supposed to be the rook. I was confused. A rook and rook over here. Okay, great. This saves a lot of time. And I'm just gonna, I think we did, yeah, custom interaction and a label. I'm just gonna copy the interaction just to save myself a little bit of time. Interaction for the rook, and then label. Attach label for the rook to pieces on board. Good. What? How is it gone? I still haven't seen those, right? Oh, my voice. So if I select Rook, nothing happens. Oh, right, because I haven't added it to the listener for the case of the Rook. Oh no! Do you guys have it at least somewhere, like, you know, stored some backup? So here comes the thing. If it has storage Rook, then we are gonna go. I hopefully he will have it saved somewhere, but so display available moves Rook, and we always want to set the selected piece here. I think we can set it here again. It's gonna be easier. And then when we do this, when we are updating the position, we need to add another else if we have the storage of Rook. Again, we need to remake this for every single piece. We do set Rook position. It's gonna be the piece and position. Oh, I really hope this is gonna work. I was really looking forward for seeing those. So hopefully it will work. Okay, so let's take a Rook. And great! Available moves. If I move him here, and you can see that it's updating correctly, and I can move him around. And of course right now it is not stopping anywhere because we haven't implemented that yet, but yeah, it's great. Okay, so in Friday we could take a look at like 2 and 3. Because I'm really interested in seeing those. So if you guys are up for it. Oh, I haven't, but I will have one by Friday, I promise. No, this is great. We can move only a few pieces, but I already love it. Cool. I will try to finish the boat, but I'm fairly confident that I can finish it. But if something happens, like, it's not gonna look great, but it's gonna be okay. Okay, so it is 10 p.m. guys. We have been at this for nearly 2 hours when we don't count the thing where I was streaming on the wrong account. But yeah, so I think we're gonna end the stream here. We have 2 movable pieces, and next time we're gonna implement the collisions with other pieces, and hopefully we will move to something else and finish the other pieces as well. So I think the rest won't be that hard, at least for the moving part. Of course, that there is a lot of things that I don't know about chess that you guys will have to help me with, but at least these like simple moving parts should work by the next stream, so that will be cool. Okay, so this will be everything, guys, and let's just end it here. So hope you enjoyed it, and hope you didn't get lost as many times as I did, because that was horrible. So bye, and see you next time. It's Friday, at least.